So the first thing I want to talk about before we dive into the pack is this will be hooked to my pocket all the time. It's a Leatherman Skeletool. I do like to have a Leatherman on me, and this is the lightest one that they make because I do like to have the pliers, and I'll use the knife on this for any camp chores or anything like that, so I don't have to dull up my hunting knives. So this will be in my pocket on the way up, along with the lighter. I always joke around and tell my friends you'll never see me rubbing sticks together in the woods to build a fire because, as you'll see, I carry multiple ways to start a fire. So let's just start diving in. Let's look at the hip belts first, the hip pockets. Again, this is a Kuyu pack. It's the 5500 Ultra bag is the bag I decided to go with for this trip. Pretty lightweight pack. The thing I like about this pack is the bag will separate from the frame so that I can put meat in between the frame and the bag and use this to haul the meat out on. So in one pocket, I'm going to keep a lens cloth and a lens pen to keep my optics and my scope clean if I get snow or rain in there. I will also put this gun tripod adapter in the side pocket so it's very easy to get to. In this other belt pocket, I carry one of my favorite toys, which is a Garmin Inreach. This is the Garmin that they combined the Garmin GPS along with the Inreach technology. And so I used to carry two because the Inreach won't take the Onyx hunt maps. So I carried a GPS that would take the Onyx hunt maps, and then I carried an Inreach for texting and emergency use. Now they've combined them into one. It's a really nice device, and I don't have to carry two anymore. I like to hunt alone. Some buddies are going up with me, but when we hunt during the day, I usually take off in a different direction. And this allows me to have some peace of mind of not only not getting lost, but also the SOS feature. I can text, I can communicate with people back at home and make sure everything's fine there. So I'm a huge fan of this Inreach device, and that'll always be on me. So that's what's in the belt pockets. Back here on the back, I'm going to have rain gear. Again, this needs to be handy and quick to get to. So I've got the Kuyu Teton rain gear. This is their cheapest, lightest rain gear, but it's good stuff. It's fine for Colorado. If I was going to Alaska or something, I would probably bring my Northridge gear, but this is fine. Pants and jacket. I like the pants because they have full zips. I can zip them on and off without having to take my boots off. So that'll be in the outside pocket. This other front pocket, I've got some things that I need to access quickly. Not so much this. This is a dry bag that also fills up my Thermarest mattress. Use it as a bellow to fill up the mattress. I've got a first aid kit in here. I carry a pretty formidable first aid kit. We're out there with guns and around people with guns and hunting. So we're going to shoot a separate video of the first aid kit, but I carry tourniquet, and it's a blowout kit, gauze, Israeli bandage, things to, God forbid, have to deal with a gunshot wound if we got it. Plus I have your basic Band-Aids and aspirin and water tablets, and there's a lighter in here. So we'll have a separate video on the first aid kit. Rainfly for the pack. These Kuyu packs are fairly waterproof, but if it starts raining, you're going to want to throw your rain cover on your pack so everything inside stays dry. So that's in a handy spot. Let's talk about the lid. So up here on the lid, I've got my battery. It's an Anchor. I think it's like a 25,000. It'll charge my cell phone 4 or 5 times. So with this, I can charge the cell phone, I can charge the GPS, and I can charge my headlamp. And I have all of the cables that I need to charge inside this bag too. Two-way radios. Again, I'll carry one, and my buddy and his brother can fight over the other one. SteriPen. This is to clean my water, to sterilize my water. I've got a filter, but if you get up there in freezing weather and those filters get wet and the the water freezes in there, they can crack and render your filter useless. So I do have a Steri-Pin with me, really handy for cleaning my water. Just in case it gets real cold, again, I'm going to look at the weather. I have some glassing mitts, really light downweight mittens. And then I have some heavier gloves, Kuyu gloves. And remember, I'm going to wear the little fingerless ones on the way up. So I've got several pairs of gloves. A long titanium spoon for getting down into a mountain house, eating my food. Definitely something we need. A 6-liter bladder. We have to get water from a certain spot, so this will allow us to fill up the 6-liter bladder, take it back to camp, and we can filter it or treat it once we get back to camp. So this will have quote unquote dirty water in it before we filter it. Extra headlamp. If your headlamp dies, you lose it, battery dead, whatever, you need an extra headlamp. So I've got another little Petzl headlamp that I've thrown in there. And, oh, I like to sleep in a beanie, and I like it to be dry, not the one I sweat in all day. So when I sleep, I'm going to have a nice dry beanie to put on my head. All right, that's it for the lid. So let's look at the side pockets. Thermarest Z-Seat. These things are super lightweight and nice to sit on when you're glassing or stand on in the morning when you're getting dressed. So just a little lightweight pad. Weighs practically nothing. I do like a little flavor in my water, so these Nun tablets are an electrolyte that I'll throw into my water bladder, which is in here. We'll talk about that. It gets old just drinking water, the same water all the time, so I do like to throw a little flavor in there. That's it for the side pockets. Yeah, and this is the Ultra bag, so there's not a lot of pockets to it. So once we dive in, Peloton 118 synthetic long johns. And again, these zip all the way off. That's what kind of got me looking at Kuyu products anyway. I was looking for long johns that I could get on and off like a big diaper without taking my boots off. So you can just pull your main pants down and zip these on and off without having to take your boots off out in the woods. So 118s, they're fairly lightweight, but I think they'll keep me plenty warm. Merino boxers. So I got a pair to hike up in, and then there's a pair to change into halfway through the trip. Those are First Lights. Peloton 118 synthetic top. I do like the synthetic because it dries so fast. So dries a little faster than merino wool. So that'll be my underlayer there. Extra pair of socks. Kuyu socks, warm. Again, I'm hoping that these Scarpa boots aren't going to freeze my feet off, so I do have some nice warm socks. Another mid layer. This is the Kuyu 240 Peloton 240 hoodie. That's going to be a mid layer. So I'll have the underlayer, mid layer, and then the guide jacket. And then what I never leave home without, especially when it's going to snow, is an insulation layer. This will save you if you have to stay out overnight and you can't get back to your tent. So really lightweight down pants. I mean, these things weigh literally nothing, but I'll always have in my pack. If you're glassing and sitting, you can zip these on and it'll keep you warm. And like I said, in an emergency, same with the jacket. Kuyu Ultra Down jacket, really lightweight, really good insulation piece. All right, now I'm just going to kind of pull it out as I have it in here. My cook kit is the Jetboil. I'm probably going to upgrade this to an MSR wind burner after this year, but I've had the Jetboil for years, and inside of it is the stove and the fuel canister. One of these little fuel canisters will last all 5 days, no problem. So I'll have that with me. There's a fire ban this year, so there's not going to be any campfire. Everything will have to be cooked on our cook stoves. I'm getting older, so I like a chair. So I got this Helia Knox super lightweight camp chair. It weighs less than a pound. And when you've been walking around in the woods all day, it's nice to get back to camp and actually have a chair to sit on. So call me crazy, call me glamping, whatever. I do like to have a chair. My water filter. Again, this is a gravity filter, a platypus gravity filter. It has a quick connect that I can hook directly to my bladder, and you fill up the bag full of water and you just let it gravity feed directly down into your bladder. Again, you got to watch these when it gets cold. If the water freezes in here and cracks that filter, you might as well just drink straight out of the stream. So I'll have that with me. This is what I call my possibles pouch. So we're going to shoot a video on this separate, but this is all my emergency gear. Emergency blankets, there's some toilet paper in there, fire starter. We'll go through this separately, but I've got that in a little Kafaro pull-out bag. This is the emergency kit that if I have to stay out overnight or whatever, this has all of my survival gear in it. Kill kit, and we're going to shoot a separate video on the kill kit, but it's pretty simple. Knife, extra blades for my knife, some rubber gloves, a contract baggie, but we'll shoot a separate video on the kill kit. Game bags. These are the Kuyu game bags. The reason I like these is they hold their shape. Some of the cheaper game bags, you put the meat in it and it all globs down to the end. These will hold their shape so you can keep it in the backpack and it'll help hold the weight. And I've got enough to do a whole elk right here. Part of my sleep kit. So in here I have my Thermarest. I have an extra liner for my sleeping bag. This keeps your sleeping bag clean, gives you a little added warmth. I don't know if I'll need that or not, but extra liner for my sleeping bag. I also have the Thermarest X-Therm, which is they're lightweight, but it's also a little warmer for those cold nights. Again, we're expecting snow 4 nights in a row. So Thermarest X-Therm. And a pillow. I used to just wad my clothes up and put it in a bag, but once I bought one of these little pillows, I can't believe I went without it. So little blow-up camp pillow, and I keep that all in a little dry bag. And my tent. This will be the first time I've used this tent. This is a Kuyu Mountain Star 2-person tent. I have set it up, so I know how to set it up, but it's really simple. It's small, it's light, it's a 2-person tent, which for me is a 1-person with all my gear. Plus, I've been accused of snoring, so nobody really wants to sleep in the tent with me anyway. And then, one of my favorite pieces of gear is this Stone Glacier, if I can get it out, sleeping bag. This is the Stone Glacier Chilkoot 0-degree down bag, and I've got it stuffed in a Granite Gear stuff bag, but 0-degree down bag, waterproof down, excellent bag. I'm really looking forward to trying that this year. So, and I think that's it. And you kind of saw how I took it out of the bag and how I packed it. Oh, let me talk about the water bladder. I carry a 3-liter water bladder inside of the pack. It runs out down here. And I did put a quick detach so that I can hook the water filter directly up to this and gravity feed into my bladder. Right, so if you want more information, we're going to shoot videos on those other components, but that's everything that's going to be on my bag except for food for that trip. 5 days. Figure 2 pounds of food a day, and we'll pack all that up. I think with food and water, my pack, we weighed it. Without food and water, it was 32 pounds. So with food and water, I'm going to be pushing 40 pounds, which shouldn't be too bad, but if we put an elk on there, that'll go up to 80, 90 pounds, which I'm hoping we will. So thanks a lot for watching. And if you're interested in what's in these other kits, tune in for that. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe to our channel. And until then, all of you going hunting, I wish you all good luck. Thanks.